He's the lead guitarist of Alice in Chains. 9 Grammy nominations. The list goes on and on and on for our Friends of Rich Celebrity League participant here in the studio. Once again, Jerry Cantrell. How you doing, Jerry?
What's happening, man?
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Last time we chatted, you were in a hotel room in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I had like 12 points, I think, for the first week.
You did. And now look at you now. You're in 3rd place in our league here, 50 points behind Billy Gardell for the whole shooting match. How are you doing in your year-long fantasy with your league with who? Duff McKagan, right? Who else?
Yeah,
is in that league?
Our league's a little shorter. We to kind of avoid some of the guys sitting that might be in meaningful games or whatever. So,
okay.
So I'm in 1st place, and I got a bye this week, and Matt Berry is in 2nd. So we both got a bye.
So
right?
Matthew Berry
and Chris Carter. Yeah.
Of ESPN?
Yeah.
Who else is in this league of yours?
So we got the first 2 spots, Vinnie Paul from Pantera and Scott Ian, Mike Inez, and Robert Downey Jr. were the 6 in the playoffs, so, yeah.
So Robert Downey Jr. is playing this week against
He'll take, I think, Scott Ian, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is pretty, so who's on your team on in this one?
Let's see.
You got to buy.
I got Roethlisberger and Bortles for quarterbacks. Wide receivers are Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Allen Robinson, and Alshon Jeffrey. Backs are, I'm trying to remember.
Wow.
Lamar Miller, Mark Ingram.
Darn straight you're in 1st place.
Yeah,
They're having great years.
We got Barnage, and
now wait a
Denver
minute.
D.
Did you draft Barnage? You picked him up?
Waiver wire.
Waiver wire.
Yeah.
He's a waiver. He could be the waiver wire pickup of the year.
Except for the quarterback went down, so he's
Yeah.
gonna be a little iffy now.
Yeah, I hear you, but I mean, I think anybody's been thrown to him.
All
Yeah,
right,
I think you're good. So you've got a bye this week in week 13.
Yeah, and I have Antonio backing him up too, Antonio Gates. So.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, he was doing pretty well certainly last week. I have him in a league in which I'm 4-8. Jerry, I'm telling you, man, I went to DeMarco Murray. I bought the hype.
Yeah.
I bought the preseason hype that he would be the guy, the 1 foot in the dirt and then cut and run in Chip Kelly's offense, not knowing that he would have to run 10 yards to his right or left before cutting up. And
it's a bad fit.
It's a terrible fit.
It's a bad fit.
So now let's talk about your Seahawks, too, because here, if I had told you coming into the season that you'd be 5-5 through 10 games, and Marshawn Lynch would be out for the rest of the regular season, and Russell Wilson would be struggling to connect with Jimmy Graham, and then told you that after Week 11, game would be done for the season. But after all that, you'd have a great chance.
We got a shot. Yeah.
Because right now, the Seahawks have a good feeling right now. Would you agree with that assessment?
I would agree, yeah.
So what do you think about your Seahawks moving forward here,
I think, it's been a really weird year, and I think that we've been successful for a good chunk of time now. 2 Super Bowl win, another appearance, and I'm still bleeding over that loss, the play.
You still feel it?
Oh, God.
Well, at least Butler, it wasn't a flash in the pan, and he can't cover anybody now.
No, he's good. He's good. He's good. But, I mean, I think 3 things came into play. We had to pay people, and guys left to get better paychecks at other teams. And then also, I think the thing that people overlook a lot is all the support guys that we had to rotate in and out. Maybe not the name players, but were really, really important. And the Cam holdout was rough. But we're still right in the hunt. Of creeping in as a wild card. And I think we're dangerous to any team.
What do you think about this week against Minnesota, though, Jerry?
I think it's a tough game. It's a really tough game. For us to have a shot at winning the division, we had to win that game against the Cardinals, and we totally blew that. So, NFC North's pretty tough division, So I was at that Lions game, too, and that was pretty close.
Oh, you were
well.
You were at that one?
Yeah.
The batted ball at the back of the end zone. I mean, you had to feel like that game was toast as well.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been a strange year, but again, they're right there, and who knows? Once you get in the playoffs, it's all bets are off.
Yeah,
and start all over. So,
that is definitely the one team you wouldn't want to face.
Yeah.
I know we keep mentioning, that's always, I'm with Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains here on the Rich Eisen Show. You always hear that, right? That's the one team you don't want to face in the playoffs.
Yeah, one of.
I would think that Seattle coming in prideful with all the battle tested for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
we were kind of a slow starting team traditionally anyway, and we finished strong. We talked about that last year when it looked like they might not make it, to the Super Bowl, and they did. So,
But what do you think of Russell Wilson, though? Now the year that he's gotten paid, you finally got that monster all-pro type performance in 4 quarters
yeah.
from him.
Well, I think that's the area of the team that we're struggling the most in is the offensive line, and I think that he's running for his life, and that's kind of part of his game. But he hasn't had any time to do anything, and I think that's where it's really showed up this year. But I think he's a really smart quarterback, you know what I mean? And out of that kind of class of quarterbacks that he came out of, I think he's by far the best.
Would you want Jimmy Graham back on the team? He's got a $9 million salary for next year.
I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's critical. We survived and did well without him, and we had another key guy missing from the team the year that we won the Super Bowl, which was Percy Harvin. We played a whole season without him, and he played in the Super Bowl. And we also lost him in the middle of the season when he was acting like a jerk, and we shipped him off, and we got to the Super Bowl without our, quote, key players. So I think we're okay without Jimmy Graham. Luke Wilson's a great tight end.
Yeah, no, we wonder here. Yeah, we're wondering here, which of the L's is silent in his last name? Because he's got 2 of them. Is it the first L or the second L?
I'm going to go with the second one.
Yeah, well, that's what we usually do.
That's correct, yeah.
Is there a correct answer,
It's
Chris?
the correct
I didn't
answer,
know that, yeah. We just wonder which of the L is silent, because it can't be both, because certainly you're laying to the Luke as opposed to the Wilson. So who in your fantasy league picked up Thomas Rawls? Who got on that?
Scott Ian, yeah. He's a really good player, and his father-in-law is Meatloaf, who played in our league 1 year.
Well, he's a fantasy nut.
He's been playing since it started. So, and he came into the league. I lost to him in the Super Bowl in the last 2 minutes. I think I was ahead by like 60 points, and like 4 of his guys scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes. I lost to Meatloaf, but Scott has him to advise him as well. And Scott's good as well. He's a fan and follows the game.
Yeah, so, that's a heck of an advisor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously Anthrax is tough to beat in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm throwing it out there.
Obviously.
I'll back it up.
So you couldn't get Thomas Rawls. Okay, so it could be you versus Iron Man in the final.
Well, I made some good waiver wire picks this year. I got Barnage off the wire. I picked up Charkandrick West off the wire. I think he's going to be a little bit better. I also picked up Buck Allen. So those are my backups, and I've got.
Now, how are you able to be number 1 in your league and get these guys? Because Barry can't be asleep at the switch. That's for sure.
No, his team is really strong.
But I mean, how are you able to jump on these guys? Because unless you didn't have West before Jamal Charles went down, right?
No. I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't. But what I do is I'm willing to wait a week and climb up the wire so that I have a pick when I really need it.
Oh.
And I'll do that. I'll skip 2 or 3 weeks to climb up the wire to be in position to grab that guy, the quality guy when you need it. And that doesn't always work out for you, but this season it has.
Well, you picked up really early on the pick 3 scenario here, because the 2 Chris's and myself, we were just, when we first started, even though this is our show sponsor, you think it sounds very simple. You just choose anybody you want. They don't have any price tag available. Just choose anybody's available.
Yeah.
But we would just be throwing darts.
That's
thinking,
all it is.
Well, no, but you seem to be going through. You've tightened the rotation. We notice who you pick each week.
Right.
It's like either Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
AP,
right? Adrian Peterson,
Julio,
Gurley,
Antonio.
Julio, Antonio. Like you don't stray.
Yeah. I don't stray too much. No.
You basically went with somebody who you think more often than not is going to be top 5 of the week, and you just match them each week. We've noticed that.
I kind of feel like, with regular fantasy football with 9 guys.
Yeah.
You can have a couple guys have bad games, and your rest of your team can make up for that. And 3, you really can't. So you can go for the home run ball, which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And I think at the right time coming up here, I'm going to have to probably do that. But
just to get to go.
In the meantime, it's probably better to stick with the meat and potatoes. And
I almost went the home run ball last week, thinking that Josh McCown's going to have a great game against the Ravens. Chris Johnson's going to go great against the 49ers.
Right.
And the last second I pulled back. No, I'll just do Carson Palmer and Adrian Peterson. And thank goodness I did that. Chris Law over there. He's chosen.
I've got Brian Hoyer a few times. Sam Bradford.
Brandon Weeden. You went Brandon Weeden. Sweden
Yeah.
one
It's
week.
not always about what's up here. It's about what's
Yeah.
in here. And there's a lot here. But, I mean,
Not the
that's
gut.
kind of what I'm
Yeah, I know.
thinking.
All right, so here we go. Here is Jerry Cantrell's picks from Alice in Chains. He's on a bye week, so you have more time to focus on your draft ops.
I do.
Because you're on your regular year-long fantasy bye week with Matt Berry, for crying out loud. Okay, so here are your picks for this week. I've got them right here. If you want to read them off, go for it.
Yeah, I got Cam Newton for my quarterback.
What do you like about Cam?
Which is out of the box. I haven't picked him yet this year.
You haven't picked him yet this year, huh?
Yeah,
But
I think New Orleans is really bad, and I think
Sure.
that they're really good. I bet he runs in for 1, maybe 2 touchdowns himself.
got it. And then your running back. Look who you chose. Right
Yeah,
there.
I got
Look at that.
Adrian Peterson, who had a monster game last year or last week, and
did.
and the last 5 or 6 weeks has just been going steady.
I think I'm going to go with him again too.
Yeah.
You just can't
Yeah.
go wrong. I think him against Seattle too. Your guys, the defense has been a little bit suspect.
It's been a little porous.
A little bit, yeah, I know. And then your wide receiver, who do you have for your wide
I
receiver?
got Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, he's been having a nice stretch too, and that catch he made last week, I'm hoping he makes another one of
And
those this
Brockman,
week.
you chose him for yours already,
I
right?
have 4 straight 100-yard games, 5 touchdowns in
Yeah,
that span.
right. Yeah, he's right.
on fire.
So.
And you were thinking of going Cam too.
I was.
Now, are you going to go differently because now you know what Jerry has, and you are Brockman?
Well, the pick's out to be in, right?
Well, we choose ours on Friday.
Oh, God.
We
really?
choose ours on
Inside
Friday.
info.
Oh, no. Hold on a minute, Jerry. But we also choose one of our players on Wednesday based
Right.
on a game that
Okay.
you normally don't have to. You don't know.
Yeah.
You as a regular celebrity
Right.
picker don't have to choose a game like we do our no defense games of the week on Wednesday.
That kind of makes me feel better. So you guys have all the info before you make your picks.
Well,
I'm in
no.
third place and I'm picking
right.
early. I
we
like
don't
it.
know. We don't know who the rest of your celebrity colleagues are picking. But Brockman is right behind you.
Yeah.
You're just 30 points behind Jerry. Okay.
Who is your quarterback? You're not going with Cam.
Who are you going to choose?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you're not sure?
Well, he can't choose a Patriot because I hectored
can't,
him
yeah.
earlier in the season of not. He kept choosing his because he's a New England fan.
Yeah.
So he can't go Brady, even though you know you want to against the Eagles.
Well,
you
he's
know.
been
I do.
pretty solid.
I really do.
I know that.
It doesn't matter who he's throwing to, and he's not throwing to anybody this week. So.
Well, Jerry, thanks for coming in. Please come back. Come back again.
thanks for
okay?
having me, man. It's
Terrific.
been really fun doing this year.
You bet. DraftOps.com. Tomorrow is when we're going to be making our picks. And on the return to our own pick 3, Friends of Rich Celebrity League Fan of the Week as well. We'll reveal that later on this show. Guess who that is? If you can't guess, we've dropped a little bit of a hint. By the way, at DraftOps.com, a host of simple, fun, and exciting ways to play and win while watching your favorite sports. If you haven't yet, go to check out DraftOps.com. Pick, watch, win. DraftOps.com. That is DraftOps.com. Come back, Jerry.
All right, dude.
Good to see you, man. Good
Yeah.
luck off your bye week. Come back rested and take down Iron Man
I hope
if you
so.
face him.
I hope so.
You bet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.